and students in the Northwest region for adequate measures for an effective 2019-2020 back to school. And in sports, Team Cameroon has increased her medal tally at the ongoing All-African Games in Rabat, Morocco. Those were top stories. And now the news in full. I am Mituga Stanley La Ngalame. 3 persons have been confirmed dead and 7 others missing in the shipwreck that had over 200 passengers on board in Kiete, Bakassi, Southwest region. The ship was heading to Tiko from Nigeria before the unfortunate incident occurred. Our Limbe-based correspondent Kuma Honore Mbom tells us more in the following report.
Some 107 passengers who boarded a transport vessel by name Austin in Calabar for Tiko have been rescued by a joint commission of the Rapid Intervention Battalion unit in Bakassi and the Navigation Police, commonly called Marine Machan. The said vessel is reported to have left the shoreline beach of Calabar at about 11:45 a.m. on Sunday the 25th of August with more than 200 passengers on board, including luggages. Upon their arrival on the territorial boundary between Cameroon and Nigeria, precisely around the Bakassi Peninsula, their journey got sour as the vehicle capsided in the high sea. Some of the survivors attributes the accident to overloading.
It happened suddenly, just within 1 minute, no space for any person to think of anything. I was even sleeping when it happened. Then when I heard that shout, I woke up and I saw myself sliding. So that was when I heard the chair, iron chair. And I heard my wife shouting, hold something, to our kids. All of them, these 2, I saw them holding the same iron chair. So we are struggling there. Only this one that they said that he was just struggling on his own. So one man saw him and held him. So he climbed on the man's back. That was why he was saved. So we are still there. Luckily for us, we were at the glass of the ship. So one guy broke the glass from the outside.
The ship captain was very swift to have called the rescue team of the Rapid Intervention Battalion, who were on the scene 15 minutes after the ship capsided.
They came as fast as possible. In less than within 20 minutes, Marine Marshal combined with military.
About 15 to 20 minutes, the rescue will come. They walk. If they not be there, always for home. No man knows.
The survivors were received by local and administrative authorities of Limbe 2 subdivision at the Ngeme Community Hall, while a medical team from the Limbe Regional Hospital was there to administer first aid treatment and referrals for those with complicated cases. The corridors of the Limbe Regional Hospital was flooded with family members and sympathizers who came in search for their loved ones. A rescue team has been launched by the competent authorities in search for the missing items and corpses.
Kuma Honorembom ending that report from Limbe. May the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. Meanwhile, the bodies of those still missing be found. That's our prayer. The government of Cameroon has promised to take adequate measures to ensure an effective school resumption in the troubled Northwest and Southwest regions. Communication Minister and government spokesperson Rene Emmanuel Sadi made the declaration yesterday during a press conference in Yaoundé. Details in the following report. The joint press conference by the Minister of Communication and the ministers in charge of the educational sector was aimed at outlining government measures for an effective 2019-2020 back to school. According to Rene Emmanuel Sadi of Communication, the preamble of Cameroon's constitution stipulates that the state shall ensure the child's right to education. Primary education is compulsory. The organization and control of education at all levels is an imperative duty of the state. He added that the preamble of Cameroon's constitution also stipulates that the nation shall protect and encourage the family women, young people, the elderly, and people with disabilities. The communication boss also revealed that 46 schools in the Northwest region and 75 schools in the Southwest region have been burned. Meanwhile, 27 terrorism attacks targeting teachers, students, and schools in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon were carried out between January and August 2019. On his part, the Minister of Basic Education, Laurent Serge Etundingwa, disclosed that Cameroon is the second country in the world where terrorists prevent children from going to school. Meanwhile, Jacques Famendongo, Minister of State, Minister of Higher Education, argued that ghost towns have no effect on the academic year as university students and lecturers attend lectures regularly. The Minister of Communication also used the press conference to call on foreign countries hosting separatist leaders to collaborate with the state of Cameroon for an effective school resumption. Let's take it back to Buea. In a bid to keep the youths of Buea busy during this long vacation period, the Buea Council has recruited some 100 youths to help clean the municipality. Our Buea-based correspondent, Ikomi Christy Nuela Eposi, had keen interest on this story and now tells us more from Buea.
Some 100 youths in the Buea municipality are part of the 6-in-1 project earmarked by the council. The youths who were recruited by the Buea council are undergoing their holiday job by keeping the municipality clean. Stressing on the importance of the holiday job to the workers in particular and the community as a whole was the supervisor Ekumbe Daniel Efande at the Buea Council, who said the work, which has so far been hitch-free, will go a long way to keep the community clean as well as assist the youth financially, especially as the 2019-2020 academic year is at the doorstep.
So far so good, the work is moving well, and we have not had any injury, so pray that before the work ends, nobody should have any injury like wounds, malaria, or anything. Yeah. Well, actually, the work is very important for the students and to the community because it will help to clean the community. Then, for the students, the council will see what they can have at the end of the work, like give them some token to take back to school.
Ever since the start of the holiday job tagged Keep the Buea municipality clean, the youths have done their best and are still doing everything possible in keeping the gutters clean as well as some unkempt areas by the roadside. Buea Town, Bokwango, Bunduma and Moliko are some of the many areas where the youths are cleaning. According to some of the holiday workers, the holiday job doesn't only keep them busy, but it is equally a learning opportunity.
During the holidays, we usually stay at home, nothing to do. We're just feeling bored. So we are very happy that the mayor granted us this opportunity because it makes us know how to do things. So by the time we grow up, we know how to interact with people.
To another, the financial token provided them at the end of the holiday job will go a long way to purchase back-to-school items as well as help their parents at home.
At the end of the 20 days program, we are supposed to have a commission of 20,000. Most of us hope to use it to help us purchase for schools and help us in.
It should be noted that the holiday job provided by the council is a yearly routine to always keep the youth busy by making them hardworking and patriotic citizens of their country.
You're watching the Primetime Newscast live on My Media Prime Television. We're broadcasting from Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. As the glamour for school resumption continues in the two troubled Northwest and Southwest region, Southwest Governor Bernard Okalia-Bilai had recently met with educational stakeholders to plan for a permissive atmosphere for school resumption despite the timidity by most parents vis-a-vis sending their children to school. Once again, let's hook up with Kuma Honoré Mbom from Limbe.
As the countdown to the 2019-2020 academic year narrows, stakeholders in the education sector are busy with last-minute preparations to ensure that the new school year kickstarts on Monday hitch-free. The governor of the Southwest region recently held an enlarged meeting with stakeholders in the educational sector of the region to strategize on a hitch-free reopening date come Monday, September 2nd. This reporter visited the Limbe New Market to see for himself the level of preparedness of parents and students ready to embark on the new school year. Contrary to the much sensitization on the back to school, very few parents were spotted doing last-minute preparations for their children, but never wanted to be caught on camera for fear of the unknown.
You know, with the crisis in the Northwest and Southwest, parents cannot really say we are ready for the back to school, financially wise.
I'm preparing for my children to go back to school, but the problem is that we are afraid right now. Well, our children have stayed in the house for long, so we need them back to school. We are only begging the government to help us for maximum security so our children can be safe in school.
The shades of businessmen could be seen void of school uniforms, as most of them told this reporter that they had earlier received threats not to display school uniforms on their stands.
They say that the country is not good, so that's why we don't want to expose it, because we are afraid they can come and burn our store, so we don't want that they should burn our store. That's why we don't expose it outside.
Tellers too complain of a poor business climate, as very few parents have given them commands to sew school uniforms.
The academic year for this 2019-2020 is very poor. It's very, very poor. Since morning, nobody has not come and asked that one pair of uniform is how much. No zigzag. We are not even zigzagging school uniform. Last year and the other year passed. This time like this uniform, we have so many uniforms to zigzag, but this year nobody is coming. No zigzagging of uniform. So the business is slow, very, very slow. We don't even know how we will survive with our children to go back to school.
The scenario wasn't different for those who sell clothing materials.
The business this year is not moving as it used to move. People are afraid to buy the material because we've heard so many stories about going back to school. Everybody's afraid to buy material because if you buy material now, you're not going to sell it. That's a problem. So we are really just struggling to buy and to sell.
It is worth mentioning to note that a portion of the Limbe market was on flames on the night of Sunday, August the 25th. Thanks to the vigilance and the prompt intervention of some traders and authorities of the Limbe City Council, the market would have gone down to ashes.
Despite the constant sensitization on the need for protected sex and the need to use contraceptives, recent statistics still point to the fact that unwanted pregnancy is still the order of the day and the layman is yet to get accustomed to using them. Bokengo Worthy in the following report tells us the story behind the reality.
The contraceptive is a device or drug aimed at preventing unwanted pregnancies as well as a long-term induced abortion. Contraceptive prevalence and the incidence of induced abortion are often considered a parallel situation when, on a contrary, they do rise and fall mostly together. Advent of modern contraception, either hormonal or non-hormonal, is associated with a destabilization of high fertility preferences as the adoption and sustained use of effective methods of contraception by couples who wish to postpone childbearing is still far from universal. The great need for contraception, therefore, may outstrip itself. Thus, the incidence of unintended and unwanted pregnancies rises, fueling an increase in unwanted live births and possibly induced abortion. In Africa, the use of contraception, according to World Health Organization, stands at 28.5% for women trying to prevent pregnancies.
Most often, when ladies get pregnant and they're not able to terminate it, and they often drop out of school because of the morale issues surrounding pregnancy, especially out of wedlock, especially again in the African context. Contraceptive aside, getting unwanted pregnancy and being in charge of your family plan is that it prevents also STIs and STDs, talking about the barrier method, the condom use, which help prevent STIs and STDs like HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, and other diseases that could be transmitted through sexual intercourse.
Despite the benefits of using the contraceptives, 214 million women of the reproductive age in developing countries such as Africa are not using a modern contraceptive, reason being the fear of side effects, cultural or religion opposition, poor quality of availability of services, limited access to the contraception, especially the young people who constitute a larger part of a continent, country, and community.
Many people would not want to use some form of contraceptive, especially because of some of the side effects. But the number one of the reasons why people don't use contraceptive is because they have no knowledge of it, and some other persons have wrong information about contraceptive. For instance, some people believe that once used, you will never be fertile again throughout the rest of your life, which is not true, as most people regain their fertility within 3 months of discontinuation of hormonal contraceptive.
A woman's ability to choose when she intends to become pregnant has a direct impact on her health and well-being. Fueled by both a growing population and shortage of adequate family planning services, the unmet needs for contraceptions remain too high.
My Media Prime's health reporter, Bokengo Worthy, and in the report. On to our cultural page, le Cameroun a l'honneur de baptiser le tout dernier album de la chanteuse gabonaise Daniela. Charles Fils Elangue nous en dit plus dans ce reportage.
C'est au Cameroun que la jeune artiste gabonaise Daniela a choisi de lancer son tout dernier projet musical. Comme ses aînés Pierre Akendengue ou encore Patience Dabani, la Go du Buzz a convié la presse pour un moment d'échange sous l'égide du label Miroir d'Afrique. Durant ce moment d'interactivité avec les hommes et femmes de médias qui s'est tenu ce mardi 27 août au quartier d'Eido à Douala, on découvrira le parcours de Daniela qui débute son histoire avec la musique à l'âge de 12 ans à travers la chorale.
Accompagner mon oncle en studio pour faire des chœurs dans des mariages, des trucs comme ça. Et en même temps, j'étais dans une chorale de la place aussi. Et j'ai commencé dans la chorale, j'avais 12 ans. Et chanter pour moi, c'était comme un art. C'est comme un art d'ailleurs. Et la musique aussi, c'est un art. Et donc... la musique, elle a toujours été dans ma vie.
C'est une forme d'injustice que Daniela décide donc de condamner et fermement, musicalement parlant. Et voilà, l'essentiel de ce projet, et c'est un single qui annonce l'album Wololo qui sera disponible sur le marché africain. J'insiste bien africain parce que c'est pas une musique qui appartient à un pays, c'est une musique qui doit être consommée par tous les jeunes africains, et on a véritablement tout mis en œuvre, tant sur le plan technique, rédactionnel que promotionnel, pour que tous les Africains s'y retrouvent.
Ce jour a aussi été un prétexte pour Daniela de présenter le vidéogramme qui illustrera la chanson Ton pied mon pied qu'elle a choisi de mettre en avant. La presse camerounaise fortement représentée a eu le privilège de voir le déhanché de cette jeune chanteuse dont les allures artistiques laissent présager un avenir prometteur.
Thank you, Charles. From culture, let's talk sports. Team Cameroon has increased her medal tally to 9 at the ongoing All-African Games in Morocco. Cameroon won 5 medals in karate through Nonani Bayomok Etienne, who won gold medal at the minus 75 kilograms men. Akele won bronze in the kata ID. Kolo Nzomo Jean-Marc won bronze in the minus 67 kilogram. Stella Ogandua Nsioma won bronze in the female plus 68 kilograms, and Blandine Gislain Angana won bronze in the female minus 68 kilograms. Team Cameroon now has 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 6 bronze. That sports briefs brings us to the end of today's newscast, coming to live on My Media Prime Television. But before we take a leave of you, a recapitulation of our top stories. 3 persons have been confirmed dead and 7 others missing in Sunday's shipwreck at Kiete, Bakassi, Southwest region. The government of Cameroon has reassured parents and students in the Northwest and Southwest regions for adequate measures for an effective 2019-2020 back to school. And in sports, Team Cameroon has increased her medal tally to 9 at the ongoing 2019 All-African Games in Rabat, Morocco. The news was compiled and produced by Faith Tatam and Ewane Eli. For presentation, I am Metuga Stanley La Ngalamem, signing out from Douala, Cameroon. Good night.